Hello everyone, Krydax here. Welcome back to our Pyanodons playthrough. So, we are still working towards a lot more of the living elements of alien life. I'm trying to even remember what we did in our last episode. What did we do? We got silver going, I think is what we did. Oh, and sea sponges. So we've got our sea sponges going in... I should really start labeling more of these buildings. Like this building is urea, and now it is also sea sponges. Sea sponge. Sprouts. And let's actually check on these. I've probably got, yeah, a few that I need to feed into here. Yeah, so a couple things since the last episode. One, Nitra in the YouTube comments pointed out that there's a research that we can do that improves the data, what's it called? Data array upgrade. And so I did most of this upgrade off camera, and we're going to see what that actually upgrades. And maybe it'll make it craft faster or cheaper or something. So we'll see what this upgrade gets us here in a second. Ooh, this is a fancy little interface. Okay. So, consumption speed, productivity, pollution. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it's almost like an automatic module. So I think I would like... Productivity feels like a weird thing to work on simply because... And I assume consumption means energy consumption, not like input consumption. But in any case, productivity feels unnecessary because I usually only craft one or two things in the first place. But I also don't want less productivity. I don't even know how negative productivity works. Is that possible? Does that... I don't actually... Does that mean you need to... Like, it slows down the craft bar? Because productivity normally adds a secondary crafting bar. So I don't know... Can you have a secondary crafting bar that moves backwards? I don't even know how that would work. And then all this does is do energy savings and pollution. So I actually don't really love any of these. Because this one slows it down. I guess I'll go with productivity, because I don't want negative productivity. The ingredients are expensive. Once active, this choice cannot be undone. I don't love that. But yeah, we're gonna go with that. So that's kind of weird. Can I even get back to that menu? Like, it's such an interesting... Oh, control key. Control T. Oh, so you can go in and see... Oh, not really. Does that even show you what's selected? It's not even showing me which one is selected if I go back into the menu. It's kind of weird. So now this has a slower crafting speed, more power usage, and hopefully more productivity. Interesting. But yeah, it won't tell me which one I chose, even if I go back into this. And also, I don't know what this rich text is that I keep opening. I guess Control T is a hotkey for something else too. Yeah, so not quite as epic of an upgrade as I was hoping, but we'll get some productivity out of it. I can also make neural processors in here. So I want to move towards the Yotoi trees, but to do that I need good alien sample. And to do that I need quite a few things. We need arqad honey. We need Vrauk cocoons, so I want to actually make sure... those are fully automated. Okay, that's right. It's the actual caged Vrauks that we don't have fully automated. But Vrauk cocoons we did automate. So that's good to go. We need the arqad honey, so I'm going to go ahead and work on a little bit of honey generation here. We should have, yeah, 51 arqads and probably enough honeycombs. So I'm going to make 4 of those, and then we just need to request ulrics, which I guess I could request caged ulric. Or I could just uncage them here. The problem is you want caged ulrics to be available because that's what you do for rendering. So caged ulric. We'll just do 6 again. And then we need to provide caged ulrics. So we'll do a provider. And we'll just have 1 square available. And then we will have our apiaries here. Probably want to leave room for 3. And we want to make filled honeycomb. I think I only needed 4 for what I wanted to do, so we'll just put them all right here. And then I may need 2 spaces to make this work because of inserters. So we can provide honeycombs and ulrics. I should put... Did I grab all the wasps? I did not. Let me grab all these arcads. And put them in. Okay. And then we need the inserters that go in, which I actually just realized I'm going to have to change up my inserter configuration here. We'll do that, and then we'll grab from this. There we go. That should work. Okay, so then we need empty honeycomb, and then honey. So what building? Is it just a factory? Arqad honey comes from a filter. Okay. Can't remember if I needed 1 or 2 or 7. But either way, it won't be very difficult because they're small. So then this one will request the honeycombs. It will empty them. That will go out. We need one of our bigger pipes because we actually want... Or no, wait. What was the rate? Oh yeah, the rate was only like 10. Okay. So we can do just a regular pipe. And then we'll go back into a provider chest with the empty honeycombs. And I'll just manually put the empty honeycombs in the system. Like so. And then we need to uncage the ulrics. And this will just be an active provider chest, getting rid of the cages. So this will be ulric, just like that, and we'll put those. I guess we need to do this differently. Filter inserter or cage, and then oh nope, there we go, got him. I was like, no, don't grab the ulric. Okay, so cages will go out, and then ulrics will go into a provider chest. We do need to keep that number low, otherwise it'll fill up a whole stack, which is just a waste. We'll just fill it up to 5. Should be plenty. And This needs to be Ulrich. Okay, that should do it. So then, yeah, we should see these running perfectly. And altogether, that'll make 0.231 honeycombs, and a single honeycomb is like a barrel, so it's 50 honey. So that'll be a little bit more than 10, and that will flow out. Is there any reason I shouldn't just barrel it inside? I think it's probably just easier to barrel outside because then I have less, just less buildings overall. So we'll just barrel it right here. We'll do our barreling. Although I'm just now realizing that honeycombs are kind of like barrels in the first place, but the problem is honeycombs are harder to come by, so I probably don't want to just put honeycombs into the network. If I had the ability to make more, if I could just make a few thousand easily, I would. But having to do like the oleochemicals to get honeycombs and all that stuff, I'm just not a huge fan. Now, did I stop? What's going on with the lard and the... Oh. Okay, so it looks like we've used up all of our augs that I had extra of, and now, especially because my green science is running a lot more now, that's interesting. So I guess we won't be doing more honeycombs because we don't have more oleochemicals. But yeah, there we go. Arqad honey is flowing in. So honey, fill honey barrel. And we'll restrict that to a much smaller amount, maybe 4 stacks. Although, what do I need it for? Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to need it in large amounts, at least for a while, unless I choose to make ethanol from it. I think... I guess there's 2 ways to make ethanol. I don't know which way is better. But we'll just let that fill up. It's only taking Ulrichs, which are not that difficult to produce either, because we've got Ulrich food. Okay, so let's check on our sea sponges after all of these wonderful robots deliver their goods. Let's speed that up for a second. Holy cow, that's a lot of robots. Okay, so sea sponges, we need to keep this train rolling, so we'll put... Wait, aren't those the modules? Oh no, they're not. These are the modules. Okay, well that'll at least make 4 more, and then I can put like 3 more modules in, because that's still pretty slow. And then phytoplankton, it looks like we'll actually need that for good alien sample. So alien sample, we need all sorts of things. So we've got plastic, poor alien sample, glassware, biosample, we've got all that figured out. DNA polymerase, we now can automate. I just need retrovirus to be available in terms of the logistics network. So let's find wherever we're making retrovirus, which is in one of these. And it looks like we do have that figured out. And I think it's a gene lab that we're making this stuff in. So we'll throw another gene lab right here. I think that will fit. And this one will be making DNA polymerase, which needs arqad honey. I really wish we could make smaller unbarreling factories. These things are huge, but here we are. Once we get, I think it might be red circuits or just super steel. Or no, advanced small parts, that's what it is. Once we have advanced small parts, we can make assembling machine 2s, which can unbarrel stuff. And advanced small parts, we have almost everything we need. It looks kind of deceptively easy, but nylon is pretty tricky. Although, now that I look at it, we actually can make nylon. I need to investigate which nylon recipe is better, because I already have phenol, and blood meal just comes from fiberboard and blood, which I also kind of already have. So I might want to make this version of nylon. I've always avoided this because of the blood meal, but with AlienLife, I already kind of have that available. This is the one I've always done before. And considering how expensive we know ammonia is, I'm almost certainly going to go with this recipe, in fact. So I can get nylon, but stainless steel is a pain in the butt. This aramid fiber stuff requires a ton of different things, which, now that I look at it, we already have most of these. We'll just need this TCl, which requires nichrome, which we need to automate, and nickel, which we haven't automated. And then also liquid nitrogen, which requires some gasoline. So we could work towards advanced small parts, actually. Oh, right. That's not the bigger problem. The bigger problem is molten stainless steel, which requires mostly stuff that we have, but we need that cobalt extract. So I should probably put that on the list, because we're going to need that for a lot of things. Cobalt extract, and then I'll move that. I don't think I need it before cotton guts, though. I can at least get a few cotton guts running off of the DNA stuff. And then we're also going to need rare earth and that whole chain. That'll be somewhere in the mix. And yeah, so I'll need those eventually. But this needs to be unbarreling, so that's the wrong recipe. Honey, empty honey barrel. Just connect those up. I don't think I have an unbarreling blueprint yet for some reason, but let's go ahead and make it. Also, we depowered an entire section of our base. Okay, so this needs to be unbarreling. Unbarreling. Save. Okay, and then we're going to request some honey barrels. Now this guy already has glassware and glassware and laboratory instruments. And then retrovirus. So then we just need to add Vrauk Cocoon into this request. Let's try spelling it correctly. Probably just 20 is fine. And then we'll have DNA polymerase, which stacks to 200. I definitely don't want 200 of it. So we're going to do a circuit. DNA polymerase is less than 20 is where I want to be with that. Okay, sweet. So we've got DNA polymerase, which is a good step on the way to good alien sample. Primers, I just need to automate, but that won't be too difficult. Looks like if I add in sea sponges, I get more primer. And if I add in simic blood, I get even more, but we don't have simics yet. So I'll probably go with this one once I have sea sponges going a little bit better. I won't need primer very often. Microfiber we can get going. Porlex milk, we need Porlexes. And formamide we can already do. So what to do next? I think I want to actually get some cotton guts going. Just from the... what's it called? The DNA version of them. So we're going to switch this over to cotton gut stud. And I probably need a bunch of cotton gut codexes. And this needs to be mouse DNA samples. And then generic Earth DNA sample we need as well. See, now this is even slower. I should probably make 2 of these for when I need them. Just throw a second one up there. Now I want generic Earth DNA. Which one's that? There it is. So we'll do some steel chests. We need some bio sample and some automation science pack, which I have here. I'm gonna up my bio sample request here because I need that for all sorts of various things. Okay, so we'll make a few of those. Oh, I need 5. Okay, I need a lot of that. So I think I just want to get 1 Prandium lab going. And we can't do that until I have bedding. Those require bedding. Okay. Because I just want to start breeding cotton guts, basically. So, which one's better? 9 cotton guts or 6 cotton guts? 3 Relesia seeds. I guess we would have to just kind of compare. I don't know which one's easier. Is it easier to get 3 Relesia seeds or to just make 6 Moondrop instead of 4? Because the tree seeds just come from wood, which I'm not too worried about either way. So it's kind of a question of like, we could just add 2 more Moondrop to this recipe and get 9 cotton gut. Or, I mean, it'll take more time. I guess the speed is a difference, but I'm guessing just the full Moondrop one is going to be a little easier to start with. Oh my gosh. So there's, is it 20 module slots in here? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So I would need to make 20 cotton gut studs to get that going. I don't think I'm going to have 20. What I do think I can do is make the tree seeds right here. So we will request... I don't know if I have water barrels, but I should. I definitely want to automate water barrels if I haven't already, because it's way easier to barrel them in one spot. And this is going to be tree seeds. Those will go in, so this also needs to request wood. Probably just 10 again. And then this will throw empty barrels back into the network. Empty barrel. And cotton guts. Just into the system. I should go check on our DNA operations here. We need a lot more biosample for that one. Here. Looks like I'm short on biosample. Probably because of all these DNA polymerase I made. Because those require retrovirus, which actually don't require biosample either. So I guess I didn't use any biosamples there. I don't know what happened. What else am I doing? Still got cDNA, but I've run out of plasmids. I've run out of plasmids because I've run out of Zogna bacteria. I've run out of that because I've run out of lamps. I should probably be crafting lamps to put into the system because they are needed in various places. So let's just automate some lamps real quick. I think this is a good spot right here because I can get iron going in and I can get cable going in. And I can get copper plates going in. And then I just need glass. Probably just about 50. We'll do 100. So that way we'll have lamps available. What do they stack to? They stack to 50. So probably about 4 stacks. Should be good. So we got some lamps. I love lamp. And those lamps need to be delivered to this guy, which already has the filter on it, which is good. And then we'll have more Zognobacteria to make plasmids, which should all work out. We still don't have enough generic Earth DNA sample because I don't have enough biosample. Oh, no, it's actually the red science, which is here. I'll just take 200, why don't I? Now see, why is this data array not giving me a productivity bonus? What? Is it per building that you select this? I'm so confused right now. Because this one doesn't have the crafting speed difference or the energy difference. So I'm super confused. If anyone understands more about the Pyanodon upgrade system stuff, please let me know. Because, like, why is this data array not receiving the same bonus this one is? I can't do anything with this stuff. I don't know what all these squares are for. It feels... I seem to remember reading something on the forums that made it sound like the system's kind of unfinished. So let me know if I'm just missing something or if there actually is something kind of going wrong with it. But I would like to get 5 more of those so I can at least have 2 cotton gut studs. So that over the course of, you know, how many hours it takes to get bedding, we can at least have a few cotton guts already done. But I'm not going to be able to automate them quickly until I can get bedding to automate the studs. Okay, so what else do we want to work on right now? Let me check on our sea sponges. That's definitely something that needs to be done. Okay, so we got 3 more. So I'm going to put 2 in here, or 1 to make 2 more sprouts. This is slowly getting faster. We're up to 0.6 on our rate. Which I will go ahead and put that output in the box. All right. So let's take a look at our researches. We probably just need to keep researching everything in green science. This one is nice. I was looking through it and I realized this will allow us to make olefins from lubricant, which is pretty handy because lubricant comes directly just from, I think I can make it from crude oil now, or tar, one of the two, which means we can get olefins. And I can't remember if I had this ability before. I guess, so I've always been able to make it from tailings and aromatics can come from tailings as well, if you remember this coal water slurry thing. But that's a pretty expensive way of making olefins. Though, interestingly enough, that's a way to get crude oil from just tailings. So that's kind of handy. But yeah, I didn't have any other way to make it. We can't make it directly from aromatics until fuel production. And so this will be the main way that I make olefins, for sure. And olefins are used for a couple different things. We could make methanol out of it if we want to use up our organic solvent. That seems kind of bad, though. I think there's better ways to make methanol. probably... This actually might be the best way to make methanol, although it uses a ton of hot air. How expensive is vanadium pentoxide? I have no idea. We're not going to worry about that right now. And methane is a lot harder to get than it used to be. There's a synthetic way to make methane, but that's not until Science. This is probably actually a way better way to make methane right here. I would just need to automate Nexolite a little better, but BTX just comes from crude oil at a 1-to-2 ratio. So I probably want to make methane this way, now that I have green science. Maybe Moondrop is still easier, I'm not sure. You know, that's where you'd really have to dive into Helmod to know which one's going to be better in the long run. Okay, so how are cotton guts doing? I still want to get that going first. Okay, we're almost there. And then, after cotton guts, I want to work towards, I guess, cobalt extract. Because I've seen that show up in a bunch of places. So, I don't know how quickly I need to automate it, so let's just work on setting up the Helmod chain somewhere. There's so many Helmod chains. Cobalt extract. We'll be making it with this recipe. Let's just start with 1 per second and see where that gets us. So we need cyanic acid, which I only have one way to make right now. Let's double check on the other two. Cyanic acid. Yeah, that requires chemical and science. This way requires science, which we're close to having. I could just make it directly from meat. That probably is going to be the way to go in the long run. Because otherwise I have to make it from a very large amount of urea. Gosh, 150 science packs? Let me remind myself real quick what I'm missing in science packs. We really just need... Oh, neuroprocessors. There's only one way to make. Okay. Never mind, we're still pretty far from science. Because we have to get... first of all, optical fibers, a pain in the butt. Nexolite matrix we can already make. And then the printed circuit substrate 2 is also kind of a pain in the butt. We can do it, it's just going to take a while. So for now, I guess I'm going to have to make this cyanic acid from urea, which is going to be very expensive. Gosh. So 1 cobalt extract requires 33 urea. That's not good. What did I need this cobalt extract for? Ooh. I mean, I guess there's no way around it, right? I'm not going to get this better cyanic recipe until science. And can I even do science without cobalt extract? Maybe I just need to fast track science. Let's take another closer look at this. So this requires nylon parts. We've already determined we can make nylon with this recipe. Phenolic board, which requires ammonia, sodium hydroxide, and fiberboard, all of which we have. Bakelite, zinc chloride, biomass, phenol, and formaldehyde, all of which we have. And once we have molybdenum ore, we can make formaldehyde a lot more cheaply with a little bit of methane. And we already determined we can make methane from a little bit of Nexolite. And then etching solution we can also make. That just requires lard, phosphoric acid, sulfuric acid. Oh, and hydrogen peroxide. Yeah, I forgot. Hydrogen peroxide sucks. So we need to make that from liquid nitrogen, chromium, and aromatics. But we can do it. And then all of these elements, we're actually already making them. These are the tier 1 elements. For some reason, I thought they were tier 2 earlier. And Cermet, we can make... Oh, that needs molybdenum ore. Okay. So I guess molybdenum is the next thing to deal with. And nickel. And that's just to get neuroprocessors. These come from cotton guts. And we need perogen as well. So we need all this stuff. Cytostatics. Decalin. This is feeling familiar. Artificial blood requires cobalt fluoride, which requires cobalt extract. Oh my goodness. And rare earth oxides. Okay, so we need to get our heads out of the Helmod chain for a second and just do something. So I'm just going to save cobalt extract for a while. We're going to work on rare earth. Because that's something I actually, at least I think, know how it works. I don't know what it's called, though. Okay, so rare earth dust, which comes from rare earth mud, and definitely want to use sulfuric acid rather than organic solvent. Let's see. And that comes from rare earth slurry. Or I guess I'm working backwards here. Rare earth slurry gives us... Oh, we need ammonia for this too? That's a bummer. So we definitely want to make as much as possible and mix it with sulfuric acid to get 20 rare earth concentrate. And then that gets us rare earth oxides, which is like the final form. And the rare earth powder comes from rare earth ore, which just comes out of our rare earth extractor. So let's say we want 1 per second. This is the setup that we need. We get all sorts of crazy stuff. Can I even make a rare earth extractor? Let's find out. No, we cannot. Rare earth. That's because I haven't done the research. And that gets us our molybdenum mine too, which I need to add to the list. So rare earth and molybdenum. We'll move these to the top of the list because I'm going to need them for a variety of things. Rare earth extractor. Yeah, we can make that. And molybdenum mine. Where is it? I guess it's not called that. Who knows what it's actually called in the system. They have weird names sometimes. It's called Mo-Mine. I don't know why it can't just be called molybdenum mine. That requires iron niobium alloy, which we can make very expensively. Oh. Never mind. I think it's cheaper if we make it this way. We'll just need to export some niobium complex. Okay, so rare earth mine. Rare earth extractor, I mean. And where is the rare earth? I feel like I built over it somewhere. This should give me little green indicators. The starting area always used to have a rare earth, but maybe it doesn't anymore. Because I'm not seeing the little green marks. Let's just take a look at our map. Rare earth. Those are kimberlite rocks. I don't even know what kimberlite has in it. Nickel ore rock. There's rare earth ore over there. Do we know? Oh yeah, here it is. Okay. Where I had some. Here it is. Okay, so rare earth extractor. We're gonna have to move these belts a little bit. Okay, I did a decent job of not building over this one at least. So that's good. And it looks like for automating 1 per second, we actually don't need that much. I might as well automate this to 2 per second. It doesn't feel like that's going to be a whole lot worse. And that way we have at least a little bit more capacity. And this only requires electricity, which is pretty sweet. So we'll just dump that into a chest and call it a day. We will pin this. I will go grab a medium factory building. And let's craft all the things we need. Jaw crusher. I need 2 ball mill. Oop, not a jaw ball. 2 ball mills, 1 FTS reactor. We need 2 thickeners. We need a fluid separator. 2 of them. 2 evaporators. And 4 solid separators. Which I've run out of steel. Oops. I didn't mean to click on that. So we've got 1 solid separator. We need 4. So 1, 2, 3 more. Okay, that should do it for all of the prerequisites. And then I'm going to need to import ammonia and sulfuric acid. So we may or may not already be barreling sulfuric acid, but I will want to just import barrels of it. So let's find where we're making sulfuric acid. I know it's on this end of the base somewhere. I think it's up. Where is it? Right here? Yeah, right here. Okay. So it looks like we're not barreling it. So I will barrel sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid barrel, fill. And I've run out of niobium pipe to grounds, which means my automation of them is not working properly. So let's go check that out. Gosh, I used a lot of resources to build those buildings, apparently. Okay, so niobium pipe to ground. I'm going to speed things up a little bit. They are over here somewhere, I thought. Here we go. And I've just not automated it properly. There we go. The good thing is I wasn't filling... Oh my gosh. Oops. Ha! So apparently we filled this entire chest with niobium pipes. Well, we'll use them eventually to make pipe to grounds, so I guess that's fine. But that's kind of funny. Well, we have plenty of niobium pipes for a while, that's for sure. Although I'm sad that I used that much niobium ore. Am I even still mining niobium? Let me grab a radar real quick and throw that down. Because it looks like we've stalled out on niobium ore. I'm wondering what's happened. We definitely have stopped mining ore. So it's because we're out of refined syngas, which doesn't really surprise me. So I'm out of refined syngas barrels. So let's check on... Now, what is missing? Oh, pipes. So what's missing... Or why are we missing refined syngas? Because we don't have activated carbon. Fair enough. Why don't we have activated carbon? That's being made down here. Was it in this building? Or this one? I think it was this one. Activated carbon. Make sure I label buildings. So we're not making activated carbon because we don't have zinc chloride. We don't have zinc chloride because I don't have zinc. And why on earth don't I have zinc? Set up this whole building. We don't have zinc because we are jammed up with tailings. And tailings... Aha! We have found the issue. Okay, so we just are not getting rid of our tailings. That's all the problem is. Nice thing is we have a tailings connection right there. And that should fix it. Classic Pyanodons. Okay, so that should get us all the zinc that we need again, which will start back up the activated carbon. And I've decided I want to stop stacking things, so we're just going to remove all of that. There we go. Alright, so that problem solved. Classic, just, you know, you do one thing, which needs you to do another thing, which needs you to do another thing. Crazy stuff. Okay, so now we are grabbing a medium factory building, which I think I'm just going to put on my logistics request here, so that I always have one, and same with the small building. I want to make sure I always have at least one. Okay, so then we're making rare earth. Is there a specific place that I should make it? Let me pin the Helmod recipe again. So the thing we need the most of is just... We'll need about 1 barrel of sulfuric acid per second, 2.6 rare earth ore, and like 1/5 of a barrel of ammonia. So building it close to the ore, I guess, is the best place to do it. We're also going to be outputting a couple things. A little bit of uranium ore, a little bit of sand, a little bit of gravel, a little bit of stone. We'll probably just crush those all into sand. And some copper plates. So that'll all just be actively provided. Alright, okay, so we need... I think we can just throw the building maybe over here. It's kind of a weird place, but might as well use this area. Haven't used it for much. Make sure I've got plenty of roboports in the area. And we will request... Guess we'll come from the top right. We need sulfuric acid barrel. Said I needed about 1 per second, so we want maybe a minute's worth to be in here. Maybe a little bit more. We need ammonia barrel. 1/5 per second, so 15 should be fine. I'm still not barreling sulfuric acid, so I must have messed that up somehow. And we may need to call it an episode soon, because this episode's getting long, but I would like to at least... Oh, I didn't have the pipes, that's right. And I didn't even do the barreling setup because I got distracted about the pipes. Okay, that should do it, at least. That will help. And... then we need ammonia barrels, which I don't know if I'm actively making ammonia. I think this might just be excess ammonia that's already in the system. But we'll see. Is there anything else I needed, or is that it? I think that's it. Okay, so maybe we can throw this together real quick. Oh, we need the ore. Rare earth ore. Okay, what's it actually called? Clearly not that. Rare dash earth, maybe, is the problem? Yeah, there it is. Rare earth ore, we'll do 300. Alright, so we'll put that on a belt. And that'll go down. We'll leave room for unbarreling here and here. So we'll put our 2 jaw crushers. And then our 2 ball mills will be cross, because I actually want to put the sand and gravel onto the same belt. Or stone and gravel. So this will be stone. This will be gravel. And then I would like a jaw crusher to crush the stone into gravel. So we'll have a gravel filter. That should take care of that. 1.34 stone, that can handle 1.6, so those numbers should work out. And then we need the sulfuric acid. Alright, we need filter inserters for all of this. Okay, that should be fast enough, because 1.25 fits into an inserter that does 1.67. I wonder why that says 1.644 and this one says 1.667. That's interesting. Apparently long inserters are slightly faster for some reason. Ever so slightly. Okay, so rare earth dust we put onto those filters, which will get used up in here. How much do we need per second? Only 0.8. So then this will be the sulfuric acid barrel emptier. And we will put the empty barrels back into a chest here. Perfect. Diagonal long inserters are the bomb. And we want ammonia barrels to be this guy. And this will be empty ammonia. And then we need an active provider to get rid of the barrels. Let's do that before we forget. Output mode. Okay, hook up the sulfuric acid here. We need water. This is the only place we need water, so I'll just put it right next to it. The ammonia will come out somewhere. Now, steam. This is where we could use a cooling tower. Which is what I think I'll do. I'll just throw... Anytime that I use a cooling tower, I like to... I don't even know what that's called. I can't find words today, but... I like to use a little tank because the cooling towers... I don't think you lose any water or steam over time, but these buildings use a crazy amount. You know, like this needs 2,000 water and then it gives 2,000 steam. So I just want to make sure, like, I don't run out of stuff. Okay, so then sand and rare earth dust. I should check out what can rare earth dust do. Oh wait, no, that's the thing. Sorry. That's the whole point of what we're doing. Although, I did just notice there's 2 recipes. We can make... Oh, shoot. What is... Oh, I'm just doing that one. These are 2 ways to make rare earth mud. Sorry, I was getting confused. Okay. So then really we just need to get rid of this sand. And we'll have that come out on a filter inserter. And we'll just come down this way. We'll have another jaw crusher that will be crushing the gravel into sand. And then the sand will go out into an active provider chest. Oops, that's not where we want the provider chest. It needs to be here. Okay. I'm trying to deal with byproducts before I get too hasty. Now, what can sand actually be turned into? Just want to make sure I'm not missing something simple. I could wash it into pure sand to make more tailings. And then there's really not, I think, a lot that you can directly make with it. There's so many different recipes, I don't want to go through all of them right now. It looks like if you have rich clay, you can make stone bricks out of it, which I'd rather do, but clay is kind of annoying to come by as well. So I guess the other option would be if pure sand has a really nice, easy application, we could just do that. But I don't think it does. Yeah, it's not looking like it. So we'll just output it into the system. And then we've got rare earth mud and rich dust. Oh, the rich dust. That's... I was typing in the wrong thing. I do need to get rid of the rich dust. That's what I was trying to figure out. So rich dust we can get some free chromite from. That seems like a decent deal. So we'll just make a solid separator. Which I already have one. And we'll process the rich dust here, which can handle up to 12.5 per second, which is far more than I'm getting. This will be a filter to the left, only doing sand. And then we'll just output those things too. Okay, so this guy needs to also do rich dust. Perfect. Now we've got our rare earth mud, which gets thickened along with our, what's it called? This stuff. You know, sulfuric acid. That's the one. We'll have sulfuric acid come down. And then we've got our rare earth mud coming in. Tailings, we will have to... Gosh, this is pretty far from our tailings stuff. Are there any tailings nearby? Honestly, I don't think this amount of tailings is going to matter too much, so I'm just going to sinkhole my tailings and forget about it. Okay, and then we need our fluid separators. And these guys will need the ammonia. That will come up and over from here. I guess I could have it go closer. Okay, so we got ammonia in. And then whatever that is, rare earth slurry in. These guys will be throwing some uranium ore into the mix. Huh, I have done this incorrectly. Guess I should have it come from here. Okay, so the uranium ore needs to come over and be added into our get rid of stuff belt. And then we need 2 of the evaporators. more sulfuric acid, which is, I guess, just going to come from the side here. And then we'll connect this up. I'd like to use a straight pipe over and use a straight pipe there. Then we have some copper plates. So I will filter left on copper plates. And that will be evacuated from the premises. And then the other stuff will go into 2 solid separators, which I haven't left myself quite enough room. Oh, bother. Okay, we'll just come up here. Because I need 4 of these anyway. So that's 4. And we will input, input. The rate is more than enough. We will split off iron oxide. That will also escape. And finally, we have rare earth ore, or what are they called? Rare earth oxides. Wow, that was pretty easy, actually. And that will go into a provider chest. They only stack to 150, so I think I'll just let the whole thing fill up. And then this should probably be 2, because otherwise this is a maximum of, because this only updates every 10 seconds, so 150 would be exactly 15 per second, which is just 1 belt's worth. I mean, I'm only automating 2 per second, so I actually don't know why I care about that at all. It's not the transfer rate there that's going to be the problem. Oh, I've made a mistake somewhere. Oh, the splitter here needs to say actually to the right rare earth concentrate. Rare earth concentrate. Is it that one? Yeah. Because otherwise, it's putting iron oxide on the wrong belt. And now everything seems to have gummed up. Let's find out why. This guy stopped working because we have too much water and steam. That's right, okay. So we need to evacuate maybe the water there. That looks like it should keep things flowing. 1 cooling tower can more than match this speed, so we should be good now. I might dump just a little bit more water just to make sure we don't have too much stuff in the system. Perfect, okay. Alright, well, we've got our rare earth figured out. This has become a very long episode, and I can check that off our list. Huzzah! So now we've got rare earth oxides. Well, I think we will definitely call it an episode here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you in the next episode.